Good morning, Terraria players. I am Bladeburger and welcome back to the Anarchist mod, episode 4. As usual, here's a list of the mods that was used in this video. Vein Miner was removed because I disabled it and forgot to re-enable it. Oops. Anyways, let's get on to the episode that ramps it up big time, full into the endgame. Here we go. To start off this episode, I received a tip from the creator of this mod about an NPC that spawns if I had 100 mana. Clearly I missed out big time, as I was post-golem when I got 100 mana. I never needed it. I'm a dark artist. I stab stuff and make healing go wee. After I made the mana stars and got to max mana, I noticed the blessed wings resprite. Terraspark wings. Yeah, that fits. The necromancer spawned soon after. He sold a variety of gear for mage and dark artist, and had a new feature for this mod, Enchanting. I'll get into an explanation for it when I actually went to enchant, because night came and I was eager to fight the next modded boss, the Overseer. I'll explain its phases as it goes, cutting in and out and speeding up a little in between. Thank you for the feedback that made this new edition a reality. Let's get into the fight. The Overseer started off with a bunch of fireball blasts. They started out slow and weren't too hard to dodge. My new weapon, the Scourge of the Elements, was very good at dealing damage. It summoned extra elemental spears when it hit to lock on and shoot forward, so this weapon almost did double damage with its hits. After a bit of the fireball blasts, it launched multiple in a frenzy. The blasts were still not too bad to dodge, as they moved slow. It interjected some blasting to perform a charge attack. After a while, I assume it changed phases. It added a new move where it summoned laser beams that went vertical, telegraphing location. My tip for dodging? Stop and just fly up. It kept shooting the fireballs during this, so don't get caught off guard. After 2 of the laser beam attacks, it charged, then summoned a horizontal laser from it and moved downward, or upward sometimes. It then summoned 2 massive lasers, one above and one below, then charged at me very quickly. I had to be careful that I didn't overestimate my jump, so I didn't run straight into those lasers. The Overseer rotated through these phases, changing appearance at about 30% health. Enjoy the rest of the fight. The Overseer wasn't too difficult of a boss. I didn't yet know it, but I would see it again. Boom! Foreshadowing. Its treasure bag contained an item that reduced damage to 20, but only if an attack dealt over 20. It had a 45-second cooldown, so I decided against using it. Afterwards, I farmed, killing many bosses that I killed before for money. Yay! I then realized I had skipped doing a solar eclipse and the pumpkin moon and frost moon, so I did the eclipse. I used it as an opportunity to get more pages for the guide to Terraria environments, which gave quite a few buffs based on biome and worked in your inventory. I was able to get the tundra, desert, and corruption pages before the eclipse ended. When I was sorting through loot and upgrading my magic storage, I discovered the Wicked Bar. Made from endotherium and a demon soul, it went into wicked armor and the wicked gauntlet. Wicked. And so into hell I went, farming demons for quite a while. I was able to make the wicked gauntlet, which gave 12% occult damage, 6% crit chance, 25 Octurum, and gave dark artists a chance at making a gem burst on a hit. Neat. I then crafted the full Wicked Armor set after grinding a lot more Demon Souls and Endotherium. This armor set bonus reduced my life by 20%, gave me the ability to revive to 100 health if I die, with 2 uses able to be done before a 2-minute cooldown. The helm also gave a lot of bonus occult damage and 100 Arcturum. Neat. Wicked set crafted, I went back to the Necromancer to learn how enchanting works. I'll repeat the explanation of how enchanting works when I review this mod after the finale. To enchant, you of course need the Necromancer to spawn in your town. You need 100 mana for him to deem you worthy of being bestowed the gift of enchanting. Next, you need sigils. These sigils are made from gemstones and a certain ingot at their tier, from amethyst to diamond and even to crystal in hard mode. Diamond ones are made from a diamond and a platinum bar. If you make 25 of them, as they are consumed when you enchant, as well as use an Essence of Eternity, which is dropped from any boss when you kill it, you can make a sigil that isn't consumable. You can also make the Necromantic sigil, which gives you better luck in rerolling enchantments. Next, visit the Necromancer, and change the shop options to enchant. Place your non-totem weapon or armor piece into the slot and pray to RNGesus. It actually doesn't cost a lot at all to enchant, which is very nice. Enchantments have different tiers, from 1 to, I assume, 5, as I haven't seen a tier 6 yet. Weapons gain the ability to light enemies on fire, or the ability to deal extra damage per tier to inorganic, organic, light or dark enemies. Helmets can have True Sight, which improves vision, Menace, which improves damage per tier, Absorption, which makes your healing potions 4% more effective per tier, Fire Resist, which makes your lava immunity timer longer, Tank, which improves defense but lowers speed per tier, Arcanum, which gives mana, and Luminous, which makes you glowy, with the glow getting stronger per tier. Chest armor had a lot of the same, but also had Thorns, where attackers take 5% of damage taken back per tier. Boots seem to only get the Purifier modifier, which cleanses blocks you step on, reaching down 3 blocks. Seems a bit underwhelming. Personally, I went for Absorption 5 on my helm, and Thorns 5 on my chest piece for this armor set, and Purifier for my boots, I guess. Now that I was all enchanted up, it was time to take on the Lunatic Cultist and begin the Pillar event. The Cultist got absolutely shredded by the Scourge of the Elements. It was almost funny. I'll let you enjoy this fight, as it's vanilla and everyone has killed it before if you played a Terraria recently. Boss down, the pillars begun. Like many people, I really dislike the pillars, so I was very happy to see that this mod reduced the amount of enemies it took to kill lower the shield. Or is that Fargo's mutant? Anyway, the first 3 pillars weren't too hard. Stardust was annoying, Nebula was infuriating, and Vortex was easy. Each pillar dropped a new essence, one for Dark Artist, Twilight Essence. Nice. When I got to the solar pillar, I struggled hard, dying quite a few times, but I did it. Now comes the Moon Lord. The final vanilla boss arrived, and I met its challenge. This fight took quite a while, as the Scourge couldn't hit with his second projectiles a lot of the time. The Moonbite debuff took away my healing and left me very much in pain at times. Why didn't I use the Aether Knives, which could take away the debuff when it crit? I didn't feel like relying on a lower damage weapon to get rid of a debuff that occurred very frequently. Enjoy the fight, sped up because it's vanilla. Upon opening the treasure bag, I found the Twilight emblem, which was a super emblem for Dark Artist. Every class had one. It went into an equipment that I would seek to craft later, the ultimate charm. Just look at all the buffs. Nice. Mental note added, I crafted the Arcturus emblem, the Supreme Healing Syringe, and the Leviathan emblem, which I assume is a top tier endgame item. It had a ton of insane buffs to Dark Artist, including the ability to just heal when you deal damage passively. I also crafted the Twilight Monolith, which replaced my Primordial Totem. This one had a huge radius and gave damage reduction while you're inside it. Very cool. Afterwards, I refought the Moon Lord and bought a few treasure bags to craft a full set of the Luminite gear, the Twilight Armor set. A Luminite bar had to be combined with Twilight Essence to make Twilight bars, which then allowed me to create the armor and weapons for the Dark Artist class. The Twilight Armor set bonus was absolutely insane. First, life was reduced by 25%, which was a bit high, but it balanced out. You could revive to 80 life if you died, a whopping 3 times before a cooldown of 2 minutes. It also allowed hits to heal occasionally. On the helm, it had a plus 100 Arcturum, which I assumed at this point would be the standard. After a few more refights and treasure bags, I crafted a brand new weapon, the Stellar Abolition. It created a ring of true eyes like the Moon Lord creates, then shoots them outwards. This weapon had insane DPS. I tested on the Eye of Cthulhu and killed it before it even had the chance to attack, not even half a second. From the few treasure bags I had from killing it, I got the contact lens, a piece of the Frankenstein doll. Oh duh, the items are from all the pre-hard mode bosses. I could have had this a while ago. Welp. The bag also held something new, a journal entry for the Eye of Cthulhu, similar to the biome pages. I assume this was added pretty recently, as I have killed the Eye of Cthulhu many times before now, and never gotten the journal page. It went into the Guide to Dangerous Beasts Volume 1, an item that gave buffs while a boss was alive. It also worked in the inventory, like the Guide to Terraria Environments book, a nice goal to get later on, as I had to focus on my next goal, the Void. This boss fight was very fun. It shifted between a few phases. It started out charging at you. It was slow, so it was easy to dodge. At 75% health, it stopped moving and shot black projectiles at you. Very easy phase, as the Stellar Abolition absolutely tore through the health in this phase, reaching 6,000 DPS, a very impressive amount. Its next phase, at around 60% of its health, was probably both my favorite and my least favorite phase in the fight. It repeated its charge attack towards you, but teleported you around it. I loved it for its creativity and originality compared to other mods I've played, but it was just very disorienting. I don't know how to ease the viewing for this phase, unfortunately. It was just that disorienting. It then started to teleport itself when it reached about 40% health. Easy phase to dodge. It repeated those two phases until it reached about 1% of its health. When it did, it started to repeat the player teleporting, except this time, the Void could only take a single point of damage from attacks, and 2 when you crit. The Abolition was an absolute DPS monster, and the Void went down. On death, it created Voidstone ore in the underground layer of my world. I refought it before opening the bags, clapping it easier than the first fight. Still disorienting though. The treasure bags contain 8 platinum coins, empty charms, and antimatter, as well as 1 or 2 of its weapon drops. It also had an item that reduced the power of soul reaping, whatever that meant. I wasn't too impressed by the Dark Artist weapon that it dropped, as it was too close range for my liking. To craft the next set of bars, I needed a Void Fabricator, which was made from a Chlorophyte or Endotherium anvil, a Tinkerer's Workshop, and an Ancient Manipulator. It worked as all 3 as well. I then went down into the mines to hunt for Voidstone, but found that I needed a new pickaxe to mine it, the Ice Pick. Where do I get it? I needed to defeat the next boss to craft it. When looking to make the summon for the next boss, I discovered Dark Lumerian, crafted from 1 of each infused Luminite bars, Antimatter, and Essence of Darkness. I had plenty of all, so I was able to create Dark Lumerian. What was it used for? To craft the summon for the next boss, as well as craft the charms. These charms varied quite a lot in effect, from increasing flight time by 50% to allowing you to swim to increasing your health by 25. They all combined to form the ultimate charm, which gave the effects of all the charms, as well as a massive 20% bump to damage. It combined all effects of the Moon Lord emblems too. Neat. I'd go for it next episode, as I had a boss to fight and armor to make. Now, I would take on the next boss, Frostron. This boss was a blast to fight. It started off orbiting above you with protective minions taunting you. When you broke them all, it accelerated rapidly, really exemplifying one of my favorite parts about this mod, the speed. My tip for dodging this? Fly up and out as fast as possible, loop around a little bit, then fall. It worked for me. It did that move for a bit, then returned to orbiting and trying to ram you. After a bit of that, it went Mach 5 again. In its next phase transition, it summoned really fast skulls to chase after you while hovering above. When I say fast, I do mean fast. I was fortunate that I had very good movement accessories, or else I was screwed. Then the next time he went Mach 5, he summoned more skulls. They don't just vanish when they miss, no. They track very aggressively. In Phase 2, yeah, kind of, it didn't really change visually. He started launching a barrage of ice crystals that I somehow dodged a lot. Just luck? Each move got progressively faster as the boss's health got lower, and the skulls shot more often. Enjoy the rest of the fight. Frostron was down. Easily my favorite boss of this mod so far, and it was right before the final boss. I was excited for that one. When it went down, a message displayed that hinted towards the Frost Moon being upgraded. Before doing the Frost Moon, I refought Frostron and opened the treasure bags. It dropped a broken Heart of Frost, which I would need to repair to craft the Ice Pick. A skull from the fight also went by as I was opening the bags. Nice. I then went and did the Frost Moon. Each boss had upgraded health, with the Ice Queen having 84,000. They were no match for the Stellar Abolition, however. It ripped the Frost Moon apart. Frostbitten Scrap, which I would need to repair the Heart of Frost, dropped from the bosses. There was also quite a lot of drops from this mod as well. A totem from the Ice Queen, a Dark Artist weapon from the Everscream. You get the idea. When the Frost Moon was over, I crafted the Ice Pick after repairing the Heart of Frost. I then went back down to mine Voidstone. After an hour, because why not, I crafted the Void Forge out of Adamantite Forge, some Voidstone, and Antimatter. I was ready to craft Voidstone bars, so I did, a lot of them. I crafted a full set of Voidic armor. This set bonus increased my Dark Artist healing, reduced my life by 25%, gave me damage resistance as my life got lower, essentially making me invulnerable if I was at very low health, and allowed pure Dark Artist to revive to up to 300 health when killed, with a 3-minute cooldown. The helm gave me plus 100 Arcturum and increased my passive health regen. This armor was very strong, and I felt ready to take on the final boss, Keozereth, the Gatekeeper of Chaos. Was I? No. I lost after an almost 10-minute fight. I won't show much of it as I don't want to spoil the finale, but this boss was insanity. I knew I needed to do a massive amount of catch-up to be able to take him on again, and I made that my goal for the next and final part of this adventure of the Anarchist mod. Thank you all for watching. The support on these videos has been insane lately, with episode 1 cracking 300 views as I type and voice this script. I'll be sure to keep this mod series going for as long as I can, and more mods afterwards. Stay tuned for the finale and the review of this mod the week afterwards. See you all next time.